Greetings, everybody. I'm Norman. I am the researcher, the investigator, if you will, on the Daysland Devil, the cryptid that is located on the outskirts of your own sanity. It's a place that's just a sleepy, ordinary little town that I reside in. It's the kind of place where you could go and wander and, just take a load off. You're not really pushed to the breaking points of living in any major city. It is just the kind of quaint little sleepy one horse town. And it's a lot of fun. It's a beautiful place. But lately there've been things happening. People have been reporting strange creatures roaming the land. Now, I'm not one to really jump on the bandwagon, if you will, about creatures like Bigfoot or Loch Ness monster. Yeah, those things exist. But when it comes to like little stuff like this, I was always skeptical about, because you never know if it's made up or not, right? But just like the Mothman, just like the Dogman, and all those other wonderful cryptids, the Thunderbird, another one for that matter, you find that yourself is in another sort of plane of existence, right? That these creatures do in fact exist. Well, that changed my entire mind. You know, I was a skeptic at first. I was bewildered by the fact that everything was, not as what it seems. Because you don't really think too much about it. And then I started hearing reports of the Daysland Devil. I've heard like folk tales about it. This strange creature that imitates voices to try to lure you out, and then you're never seen from again. I've heard of stuff like that, but a lot of the times it's always depicted as like some sort of a witch or alien, or I don't know. But then I started talking to a lot of people. Those people who've witnessed the Daysland Devil firsthand. The insanity that they must have felt, knowing that they had to question everything about themselves to come to the realization that they weren't alone. Now, a lot of these people don't believe in cryptids. They don't believe in aliens. They're the average, workaday kind of people that, just want to live their lives in peace and quiet, and that's it. But those are the people that are telling me that everything isn't normal. That these strange encounters often deal with them suffering from nightmares or paranoia and fear, that there are people watching them in the hopes of catching them slipping up and try to speak to people about what they've seen and what they've experienced. These people are going through some pretty difficult times. And that's why I decided to do what I'm doing now, the research. If you haven't been to my website, thedayslanddevil.ca, it's basically a site where all these eyewitness accounts that I'm collecting and speaking to these people are being documented and recorded. The reason why is because I don't want people to feel as if nobody believes them. They're doing a lot. It takes a lot to actually be able to go out and tell your story, tell what you've seen with your own two eyes without being ridiculed and pushed into a state of denial. Because there are agencies out there that will silence you. For instance, I've been approached by the police. I've been approached by other people. I won't say names, but they are within the government. I do see that there is a lot of effort and time and money put into covering this up. Now, what is the Daysland Devil? No one knows. That's the thing. It's constantly changing forms. It stinks. It has weird red, low glowing eyes. And at the end of it, there's always something moving under its skin. I don't get it. I've encountered this thing. I can't get it out of my mind. All these reports, all this research that I'm doing, there's more and more people coming forward, but there's no news coverage of it. There's no TV show mentioning it. There's no podcast. There's no nothing. People are talking to me, and then all of a sudden, blammo, they get a visit from the police. Why? Is it a government experiment? Is it some form of, I don't know, Wendigo? Is it a ghost? Or is it a bunch of rich people just trying to have fun and cause some mayhem? I don't know. No one knows. That's why the Daysland Devil, I'm astonished. I try looking it up. All I find is movie times and the newspaper. I haven't tried contacting the newspaper, but I know if I do, it's going to be nothing more than we have no recollection or no record of that event in time or any of these eyewitnesses in our records or our archives. It's the stuff like that just kind of really makes you want to just shake your head. Because there's something else, right? There's something else to it. People just don't vanish. Animals just don't vanish. I was talking to this one guy who's going to be in a new post, which will be out on Monday, the 26th. Yeah, because I've decided to take a few days off from researching and doing all that stuff. But look at me now. I'm doing a video on it. It's one thing to be just an interested, hobbyist. But when it takes hold of you and puts you in such a way that you're addicted. You have to know the truth. You have to put the pieces together. All right? Like the people I'm speaking to, like I've spoken to a few people who've seen something like the Daysland Devil in the 80s. I've spoken to a few people from the 90s, few people before 2012, and now there's more and more stories. Like people are now feeling that, okay, they can come out, they could talk to me, they could tell me their encounter, the eyewitness events, without being ridiculed, without the fear of being mocked and all that stuff. And it's come to the point where more and more people are slowly coming forward. Why would they feel like this? What force is keeping them silent? Obviously, it's the government or some other organization. There's something going on, all right? Some creature an animal just can't start making you hallucinate and see things, all right? Now, unless somebody spiked the whole town's drinking water, I'm getting a variety of people from different age groups, from different cultures, all this stuff, and it's all coming out to be the same. So what is it? I don't get it. Like it's the perfect puzzle. It's the most confusing puzzle ever. Because at least with Bigfoot, you could say, okay, Bigfoot, it's a caveman, half ape, formerly believed to be extinct version of people. You know what I'm saying. Loch Ness monster. Oh, that could be a giant, I don't know, once believed extinct water dinosaur. But, with El Chupacabra, okay, it's a wild dog, all right? Or it's a hellhound. But with the Daysland Devil, I can't put heads to tails about it. I can't. None of this makes sense. And at the end of the day, all it is bringing up more and more questions, and more people are coming forward. So yeah, that's all I've got. I am thinking about doing more with this channel though, just to get off the topic of the Daysland Devil, because it's just melting my brain trying to figure this out. I thought I was going to have the day off, enjoy it with family and friends, relax, mellow. But at the end of the day, I can't do that. At the end of the day, I'm still talking about it. And I have to keep quiet about it because if it's only really located around a small town, nobody's gonna believe me, right? That's where you're wrong, because I'm gonna come out and speak the truth more and more and call out this whole cover-up charade, which doesn't really make sense, but, it's the government, so nothing they do makes sense. It's cloak and daggers, if you will. But with this channel, I will be posting audio versions of the articles that have been posted on the website, the dayslanddevil.ca. You can find it on this YouTube channel. I want to talk about some other stuff too. I want to talk about the stuff that people never really see behind the scenes. All the work and the dedication, determination of the Daysland Devil. And I might talk about other cryptids too. But I really want to get out there and start proving this stuff to people. I have people email. My inbox is full of people. And by full, I mean 10 to 12 emails a day of people, asking me like, hey, did you look into this yet? Hey, I have a cousin who's a mechanic and it killed his dog. Can you please look into it? There was another one about a farmhand. I believe that's the first post I made of it. This all started because I wanted to look into, because I love small towns. And that's when it came from me being just an interested kind of nerd in about the growth of small town communities. And this is where I'm at now, doing the Daysland Devil on Christmas Eve. I got like 10 articles, 11 articles out. I got 2 interviews I have to do. A lot of these people are afraid to even use their real voices because some of these people have jobs within the community. They either work for the municipal government, or they're the construction workers, or people who work in town who can't afford to lose their job, in case someone's like, hey, silence that guy. He's talking too much, right? These people have families too, they can't afford to lose it all. So I just wanted to say that, yes, the channel is finally up. 2 subscribers already. My God. And more views on the website. Follow me on Twitter. It's all going to be linked. Follow me everywhere you can. Spread the word, please. Let these people have their voices heard. Because at the end of the day, doesn't everybody deserve to be heard? That's all I have to say. So, thank you very much. Like, comment, subscribe. Do whatever you want. I don't care. But just the one thing I do care about is help spread the word. And I will leave it at that. So Merry Christmas, everybody, and have a wonderful day. Until next time, you be the judge.